going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. In this video, we're going to go over some ways to get the brand new 94 overall Harvest champions like Khalil Mack and Tyreek Hill for as cheap as possible. If you guys find this video helpful, if you like it, do me a favor, go ahead and help me out by clicking that thumbs up. It shows a lot of support on the videos, on the channel. And if you're brand new here, let me tell you, you've been missing out. This is video number 3 today, just on this channel. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, turn that notification bell on as well, so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. One quick thing I want to get to before we get into the content for this video, I do have a second channel and mostly post MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty content on that channel. And now that we're a full-time YouTuber, full-time content creator, we'll be dabbling into other games. But earlier today on that channel, we did actually put a Madden video out. So go check it out if you guys want to see in detail how to get that 92 overall MCS Randy Moss for free. The first MCS stream is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I did put out a full video on that on the second channel. Down below in the comment section as a pinned comment, we're going to link you to that second channel. Definitely make sure you go subscribe over there. There's also going to be a couple videos that we reference for this video that you're going to need to check out as well. So check that pinned comment section. All the information you're going to need is down there, and go sub to the second channel. Also, if you happen to play Diamond Dynasty or you want to watch other content about other games by me, Team Affinity 5 is dropping in Diamond Dynasty later today. So we'll be uploading more content on that channel later today as well. All right, let's talk about these Harvest champions, specifically the new ones, the 3 that came out today. So if we go on over to the sets, the 3 champions that came out are going to be Tyreek Hill, really good looking card, Khalil Mack, really good looking card, and Alvin Kamara, great looking card as well. They finally gave him pretty good speed. All 3 of the champions that came out today, extremely good, definitely worth adding on to your squad. So we're talking about in this video the cheapest ways to get them done. Of course, we're going to break out the calculator. We got to crunch the numbers to help you guys out, save some coin here, and or maybe even some money. So you obviously can buy these cards outright, and at the time that I kind of prepared for this video, Alvin Kamara was going for about 262k, Khalil Mack, same thing, about 262k, Tyreek Hill, a little bit more expensive, not a ton, roughly about 270k. So obviously you could just buy those cards outright. The problem is you're missing out by not doing the set. The sets gives you a lot more in return. It's going to be more expensive to do, but I think the extra coin that you're going to be spending to do so is definitely worth it. So anytime you complete one of these sets, whether it's the 3 that came out today or the 3 that came out last week, you're going to get that player. So in this case, Tyreek Hill, you're going to get their power up, and then you're going to get a fantasy pack that gives you 12 options, 12 of the 92 overall Harvest Hero cards, and you get to get 3 of them back in return. They are end cats, but there's some pretty good cards in that pack that can definitely help out your squad. Now, if you guys want a breakdown on all of those players, we did put out videos yesterday and last week. They came out in 2 different releases. So one video is covering release number 1, which is 6 different of those 92 overall Harvest Heroes. And then the video we did yesterday are the brand new 92 overall Harvest Heroes that came out today. So in totality, 12 of them. You get 3 back by completing the sets. If you want to see a breakdown of the best cards, going over all of the attributes, go check out those 2 videos. They'll be linked down below in the comment section as a pinned comment, along with the link to my second channel that we just talked about. So number 1, or step number 1, or option number 1, I should say, is you can buy all 3 of the cards that you need to put into the set outright. And at the time that I was kind of breaking down the math and the numbers, these cards were roughly going for about 125k each. As you can see, there's quite a few that are at 121, 122, 123. We're still going to stick with 125 just for numbers purposes here, so I don't have to break down and redo all of the math. But obviously, you're going to have to adjust these numbers for whatever you find them as, and we're just giving you kind of the blueprint on which ways to go to find out which way is the cheapest. So hypothetically, if you did buy 3 of these Harvest Heroes at 125k, well then you got to buy 3 of them, right? That's going to cost you 375,000 coins to do so. So obviously, like I just said, buying the cards by themselves is going to be cheaper, but for a little under 100k extra, you're again getting that player's card, so Tyreek Hill, the power-up, which I don't think the power-ups are going to be worth a ton because they're already in the game previous to today. Like last week with Dion, that was a brand new power-up being in the game, so I had a little bit more value to it. These power-ups probably won't go for a ton. I haven't checked. You guys can check for me there. And then you get the 3 options out of the or 3 cards out of the 12 options for the Harvest Hero. So for a little less than an extra 100k, in my opinion, absolutely worth doing the set. Some of the cards that you get to pick out of those 12 Harvest Heroes are guys like Denzel Ward, Justin Simmons, 2 really good defensive backs. Those would be no-brainers for me. You got Frank Ragnow, who's really good center, one of the best centers in the game. Vera Tucker is probably the best left guard in the game. And then you have Mark Andrews, a really good and usable tight end, especially if you like to run the ball a lot. He's a good run blocker. He's tall. He's fast. And Cam Jordan's not a bad run stopper and pass rusher. Pretty good hybrid player. Those are just some of the cards, but there's a lot in there that are pretty good. So at the end of the day, it's definitely worth doing the sets. Now, say you don't have the 375k to spend. We have 2 different options that are going to make it a little bit cheaper. And the first option is using the voucher exchange set. If you guys were not aware, and we've covered this in a lot of videos, including the video we put out earlier today going over part 2 of this promo, you can trade in 12 of your Harvest vouchers to get any one of these 92 overall Harvest Heroes of your choice. Now, doing this specific set that requires the 12 vouchers, it gives you an auctionable or tradable card, which also means you can put it into a set. Normally we have end caps, like this set is 3 vouchers, but it's an end cap, meaning you can't put it into a set. With this one, you can. So now, you say you got your vouchers, you're getting 1/3 of one of those champion sets like Tyreek Hill for free. You don't have to spend your coins. So now we're cutting the cost of doing this set by 1/3. If you don't know how to get the vouchers, I'm not going to do a full breakdown on it in this video, but if you go on over to Harvest Events within the mission section of the game, there are Harvest Objectives. Every single objective that you complete, you get 1 voucher. There's a total of 12 objectives right here alone. So you can get 12 just from that. Some of them are more ambitious than others and are going to take a little bit longer. But the good thing is you can go into your solo challenges and you can get 8 of them by playing through the Family Festivities solo. So it's a total of 130 stars, I believe. But every tier that you get done or get completed, and my bad, it's a total of 160 stars, you get a Harvest collectible. So there's 12 from the objectives, 8 from these solos right here. There's 20. You can get some through house rules. You got 1 free just by logging in and getting the Harvest Welcome Pack last week. So definitely easy ways to get 12 of those vouchers, and that's going to be a cheaper way to get one of these champion sets done for you guys. So keeping that in mind, at that point then, at buying 2 of them at 125k each, now you're looking at spending about 250k to get the champion, his power-up, and 3 of the 12 cards back from that fantasy pack for the 92 Harvest Heroes. And I mean, at that point, you're basically paying the same amount that you would just buying the card outright and getting a whole lot of stuff back in return. Now, the third option is something that did not work last week, but it is working this week, but it's not saving a ton of coin, so I don't know if it's worth the extra effort, but we're going to go on over to the marketplace and head on over to the training store. And as you can see here, for 11,000 training, you can get a 92 overall Harvest Hero pack. This is going to give you a random 92, but you can put any one of these 92s into any one of those champion sets, whether it's Tyreek Hill, Khalil Mack, whoever you want, right? You put one of those in there, well, actually 3 of those in there, you're going to get that set done. So now we're going to look, training's really cheap right now. Would it be cheaper to go out and buy a bunch of cards, quick sell it for training, use that training to open up this pack 3 times, and then do the set that way? Well, after crunching some numbers, it is actually cheaper to do that, but like I said, not by a ton. Training right now, if we go to mutt.gg/prices, is under 11 coins per training point. We're going to use 11 coins per training point as our example. And again, by opening up this pack 3 times with training, it's going to give us the cards that we need to get that set done. So if we keep 11 coins per training point in mind, and do remember that we need 11,000 training to do the pack 1 time, because I'm good at math, that means you would need 33,000 training to open up the pack 3 times. So 33,000 times 11, which is the coins per training point that we're getting from mutt.gg, is a grand total of 363k. So that's going to be cheaper by doing that rather than buying the cards outright at 125k each. Even if you got them at like 120k each, I take that back, that would be cheaper. 121k each would also equal 363. So at that point, you're pretty much doing the same thing, and it's going to be more tedious, more tiresome to buy a bunch of cards under 11 coins per training point to then go in and buy the pack. So this way can be cheaper, but it's going to take more effort, more work, and sometimes time is money. A lot of time is money, and you're going to want to save that time rather than saving a little bit of coin here. But I mean, as you can see, 91s at 76.1k, that's actually 10.87 coins per training point. If you can find cards under that value and you can get it at like 10.5 coins per training point, or maybe even 10 coins per training point, absolutely do that method. Buy all the training that you need, open up this pack 3 times, take those 3 cards, put them into the set that you want to get done, and then boom, you're saving a lot of coin that way. But that's only if you're sniping or catching cards for under those values. Once you complete the set, you have a couple other options that you can go with. I don't recommend these, but we'll throw them out there. You can keep the champion card, so keep your Khalil Mack if that's the set you do, keep his power up, and then the 392s that you get back out of that Nat Fantasy Pack or NCAT Fantasy Pack, you can quick sell them all. Again, I don't recommend it because there's a lot of good cards in there that will help you guys upgrade your squad, especially Denzel Ward. Fantastic cover corner there. But if you quick sell those 3 NCAT 92s that you get back from the Fantasy Pack, from the set, that's 7,500 training. You can then use that training to open up this 80+ player pack. Maybe you get lucky and pull an LTD Matt Stafford, or just get lucky with pack luck in general. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to really roll the dice, you can do so. Or you can use that same training to start to power up whatever player you need to power up. That's getting expensive now. The cost of training is getting lower, but it's also costing a lot of training to power up players. So that 7,500 probably still wouldn't even be enough to power up, you know, like a Tyreek Hill or Khalil Mack from the ground up, all the way up to their 94. And then the third option is if you're really low on coins. This is something that I like to do, especially for no money spent players, that you can kind of build up your squad here, is you can sell the reward cards. So say we did the Tyreek Hill set, right? We sold the Tyreek Hill. I wrote down here, we sold them at 265,000 coins, okay? After tax, we would get 238,000 back. It's really 238.5, but we'll just say 238,000 coins back. That's after tax. We would subtract that from whatever we spent. With this example, we said we spent, what, 375K? I'm sorry, no, it's 363K. So if we take 363, which is what we spent, subtract 238.5, which is we got back after selling the Tyreek Hill, that would mean that we spent a grand total of 124K. So with that 124K, if you divide it by 3, you're basically saying you got 3 of those 92 overall NCAT cards back. Again, they are NCAT, but for 124K, you got 3 cards back in return. They're about 41K each if you divide it by 3. They're 3 pretty good cards. You're going to have to live with them, quick sell them later for training, but for that little amount of coin to get 3 starters on your squad, that's if you can't afford to keep the champion on the team or can't afford to do this in general. That's a pretty good route to take, and I think that pretty much covers everything. Really good players. I'm going to be picking up Tyreek on the no money spent squad. Probably going to get Tyreek and Khalil Mack on the main team, and maybe later tonight we'll have some gameplay on my Twitch channel with those guys. Probably going to dive into the brand new house rules as well, so if you guys want to come hang out, make sure you do follow me on Twitch. Also, have your notifications turned on over there so you are alerted when we go live. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.